I once owned 7 ETFs and I had no clue why. I'd buy whatever looked smart, copy random pies on Trading 212, and convince myself I was diversified. But really, I was just scattered. It wasn't until years later that I realised investing isn't about owning more, it's about owning enough. So in this video, I want to walk you through the biggest mistakes I made when I first started investing, and how I fixed them to finally build a calm, automated system that actually works. And remember, none of this is financial advice. Please do your own research. I started on Vanguard. I'd heard everyone talking about the life strategy funds and instantly purchased the 100% equity fund. Didn't understand what the fund was or the difference between income and accumulation. I just thought more is better. After a while, I decided I preferred ETFs and I put my money in VUSA, VHYL and VWRL, and the cycle would repeat again. Then came Trading 212. I saw the colourful pies and thought, this looks easier. Before long, I moved my money over from Vanguard and I was copying random portfolios I saw online, like the almost daily dividends and Magnificent 7 pies. Some with Tesla, some with Shell or Coca-Cola. I had no idea what I actually owned or what I was doing. And that's when I had the sense of false confidence, because I was doing something, I felt productive, but I didn't realise I was actually building a Frankenstein portfolio with overlapping ETFs, stocks, inconsistent goals and no clear strategy. It's like filling your fridge with ingredients for 10 different recipes, but never actually cooking a meal. You've got plenty of stuff, but nothing that works together. And then came the realisation, the wake-up moment. One day, I looked at my portfolio and I realised I couldn't even explain what I owned. If someone had asked me what my goal was, income, growth, retirement, I wouldn't have an answer. I could only show how colourful my pies were. And due to the complexity, I'd confuse being busy with being smart. Real investors understand their why. Beginners like me chase noise and hype. And then when I finally understood the overlap in goals, I began learning about how ETFs like VUSA, VHYL or VWRL overlap heavily in holdings. I didn't need multiple ETFs. And to simplify my approach, think of it like building a house. I had all the materials scattered around the garden, bricks, pipes, cables, but no plan. Once I had the blueprint, everything started to make sense. So I stripped back everything and I asked one simple question. What do I actually want my money to do for me? I had to try to build a system, and I started with defining my goal. I stopped thinking short term. My goal became long-term growth with as little friction as possible. And I had to think about my core holdings because I decided to choose a fund I understood, the Vanguard FTSE All World ETF, and built my first pie around that. One global fund that ensured I had exposure to all markets and was diversified. I then built another pie that would house individual stocks of companies I understood from the UK and the US. These were a mixture of growth and dividend stocks to make sure I had the best of both worlds. Any dividends would be reinvested to speed up compound growth. And after I was able to do this, I automated a fixed monthly investment every time I was paid. No more time in the market, no more late night refreshes, just set, forget and get on with life. The first month I stopped checking my portfolio every day, I felt a weird peace. Instead of dopamine spikes and dips, I started to feel in control. Investing became boring, and that's exactly how it should be. If I'd started this way, simple, consistent, focused, I'd have saved years of confusion and probably a few £1,000s. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but the truth is, investing isn't about outsmarting the market. It's about outlasting it. And the best investors, they build a system so boring it's brilliant. Consistency and time in the market have supercharged my portfolio growth. Don't beat yourself up for mistakes you make. Learn from them and ensure that you make better decisions in the future. So now I want to hear from you. What's the biggest investing mistake you've made starting out? Drop it in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, then I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and hit the like button, as it helps massively. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.